Kobe, you know it's a big no-no.
What's that?
Peeing all over the floor and smearing your poop all over the walls.
I think my parents did tell me that as a child.
What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. Theme music. What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are enjoying your third week of October.
Right? It's Halloween month. Halloween month. I guess it is Halloween month.
Technically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what else is happening in Halloween? Don't know.
Is it like also daylight savings?
Oh,
month? Or is that November?
I think that's November.
Yeah.
November has the sweet extra hour of sleep. First Sunday, I think, is November. But I mean, it's finally getting colder. Hopefully, we are recording this a little bit before October, so hopefully things have calmed down a little bit.
Right? Yes.
If not, you guys.
I know we can. That's right. We're gonna make up our radical thing. I'm like, sorry that the flying scorpions have invaded Alabama and Georgia.
Yeah, it's a real shame that volcano exploded and there's molten bulls going all over the state of this and that. I don't know where there's a Washington. I think there's a volcano in Washington, right?
Yep.
You know, it's a shame the decimation of Washington after the volcano hit. These are all just sci-fi pitches. Sci-fi, hit us up.
Yep.
Asylum Pictures, hit us up. But for the third week,
You help us write a movie, and we'll promote your movies on our podcast. That's 9 extra viewers you'll have.
but for this week, for the third week of October, we decided to watch All Hallows Eve.
Yes.
Made by Ruthless Pictures. It is the prequel to The Terrifier.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen The Terrifier, it's on Netflix. All Hallows Eve is on Tubi. Tubi, sponsor us, please. But mainly, the movie is really about Art the Clown.
Yes.
Who I feel like is the bigger brother of Pennyworth.
Right? Yeah, I don't know if so. Like, it kind of came out in this, and then Scary Clowns became a huge thing, and they were like, let's make a full-length movie off of Art, and made The Terrifier.
Yeah, because The Terrifier came out, I think, 2017?
Something like that, yeah.
And then, like, the whole clown thing was happening during 2016, I believe.
Yep.
And, and they're like, well, Art the Clown it's sort of in right now.
Like, in top 3 creepiest clowns of all time.
Well, the only reason I say that he's the bigger brother of Pennyworth is because he actually deals with adults.
Yes. Yeah.
There's never well, I mean, besides this movie, there's never like any kids. Well, actually, no, there are kids harmed in this movie. Yes. Never mind. I don't know, but I feel like they're from the Dark Tower series. Who knows? Maybe this is just a throwaway Stephen King script.
Could be.
And I think his Dante, the director and writer of this movie, was like Dante Leone or something like that. Maybe he was just like, Damien Leone was like, yeah, this is gonna be totally cool. Oh man, what? So like, before we get into like what the movie is about, what do you feel like is the creepiest thing about Art the Clown?
I almost feel so. This movie just is like a story with 3 sub-stories in it.
Yeah, very VHS like.
Yeah. So the first story with Art the Clown, when he does the least, is to me the scariest.
Like when he hands her the flower,
right?
And there's roaches.
She's like waiting for a subway train or a something.
Public transport.
And there's just a clown and her in this little room, and he just is staring at her And then when she doesn't pay attention, he honks his little horn at her.
Yeah.
And then he walks over and he hands her a flower. Yeah, that is, to me, like, just horrifically terrifying.
It's because it's the closest thing to reality this movie is.
It probably is. Like, that, yes, I see that clown, like, abducting children.
Yeah. So what would be the way that you would deal with Art the Clown if you were ever in that situation?
I would take the next train.
He's not gonna let you go. He's not gonna let you take the next train.
I don't want to just punch a clown for no reason.
I'm chopping his head off.
But yeah, that's how do you
How do you deal with it, right? I mean, so in this movie versus Terrifier, he seemed more like to be a Michael Myers-esque type of character.
Right. I mean, it started off just slow and starey, and then he turned into,
But in this one, it sort of shows that he has somewhat supernatural and dimensional type of, like, powers.
Right. And I hate to say it, but I love that they give you absolutely no explanation at all
to what he is.
What he is, how he has powers. Yeah.
It's because he's from the Dark Tower series.
Could be.
Or he could be a Cthulhian-like being.
Right. I think that was, like, part, like, on it, like, the clown was so creepy, and then you find out, like, the clown's like a demon, and it's like, oh, it's just like his clown demon face, but he's just a demon.
Yeah.
Like, and it made it, I don't know, for me, it made it less scary at the end.
Oh, okay.
Knowing what he was, where, like, this is like, maybe he is just a psycho clown.
Yeah, but then you see he has some sort of supernatural powers, because is he a ghost clown? Is he an H.P. Lovecraftian type of, like, projection from the Forgotten Ones? Who knows?
Right.
And I'm pretty sure they, like, attribute it to just, budgetary reasons of why they can't explain where, like, he's from.
But I mean, even if they made sequels, I don't want them to.
You don't want them to explain.
I don't want them to explain it.
Yeah, right. Because the mystery of the unknown sort of it lets your mind sort of.
It has to fill in the blanks.
Yeah, fill in the blanks. So you're like, the fact of the matter is that you'll just never know.
Yep.
Right. So let's get into the story. We're gonna run through this pretty quickly. Because the first and the second one stories were kind of meh.
Yeah, and they're both pretty short.
The third one is sort of going to be your basic horror movie trope.
Right.
But it's also the most entertaining one. So the story really begins where a babysitter is watching over two kids. One's a preteen girl, one's a preteen boy. The kid's sort of a dick. The boy, I think his name is Tommy. Like, I would have punched him a long time.
Yes.
I don't know. It seems like the babysitter is friends with the parents.
Right.
Yeah. So,
because she even mentioned, she's like, oh, they never asked me to do anything for them.
Yeah, so I would just have to ask him, like, hey, can I tell your kid that I'm going to punch him in the face? Because he's pretty mouthy.
He is. He's a sassy little brat.
And this is where, like, spanking goes a long way.
Right. One good face slap would have cured him for the evening, at least.
Right? Because they're like, hey, your mom said I could slap you. So, if you keep mouthing off, I'm going to slap you.
Yeah. As long as I have an open hand. No fists.
No fists. But yeah, and so as they're looking at the spoils of war from their night of Halloween out, a tape falls out of Tommy's candy bag.
Yep. Like VHS tape.
A VHS tape, yeah. And then so Tommy is just wondering what it is, and he's like, let's watch this. But the adult is like, no, because that's creepy that an adult dropped a VHS tape into your bag.
Right, yeah. Because,
what's in it,
That's exactly my parents would have been like.
No.
My dad would have been getting his shotgun, and my mom would have been like grilling me to where I picked it up.
Which house did you get this?
Yeah. Without even watching it.
Without even watching, right? Because in my mind, it was going to be a dude doing helicopter dick.
Yeah. I was
just a pervert.
Bob and Harry Manass.
And so, but, against her better judgment, she's, for some reason, puts a tape in.
Right.
I don't know if it was peer pressure from the kids or general. Well, I think later it becomes general curiosity.
I think about both. I mean, like, the kids are really pushing her.
Yeah.
But yeah, she really kind of wants to know what it is. Like, why did this end up in somebody's bag? Is it a helicopter dick?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she was like, it's probably going to be helicopter dick or some dude jacking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she tells the other kids like, "Hey, go into the room. I'm gonna see what this is."
Right, responsibly, she does have them leave the room before she puts it on.
Right, because she's like, because the kid Tommy is like, it's probably just a scary movie, and for some reason it's very democratic. We're like, let's put it to a vote if we get to watch the movie. And I'm like, most adults that I knew when I was a kid was like, yeah, but I'm an adult, so shut up.
Right, and she doesn't seem like the 16-year-old babysitter that would be like, yeah, let's watch this. She's more an adult babysitter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because she's drinking wine. So.
Yeah, she's drinking wine.
She's 21.
But no, as she's watching it, she sees that it's just some low-budget horror film. So they sit down to watch it, and the first segment that they watch, I think I'm gonna call it Train.
That's good.
It seems like she's in a train station waiting for somebody or waiting for the train to come. This is where we get maybe just a regular worker going home, and all of a sudden Art the Clown shows up, gives her a flower. There's roaches in the flower, then stabs her with some sort of syringe.
Yep.
Which I think is probably just something to knock her out, and then she wakes up in the tunnels?
Right. Some kind of
basement.
Freddy Krueger boiler room.
Right. And it reminds me of Midnight Meat Train with
Yep. That movie was
Clive
surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, there's a bunch of people dying on a train, and then it had a real story.
Well, I thought it was just a porno. I mean, what kind of title is Midnight? What kind of title is Midnight Meat Train?
Oh, it's a porno now.
But yeah, and so she ends up down there trapped with two other girls. They're chained from the neck. The two girls that have been there previously is telling her to shut up, and you don't know what's at the end of that other tunnel. So don't try anything.
Right, because somebody has grabbed there was another girl, and something grabbed its chain and drug her into the darkness.
And we never saw her again.
Yeah.
And then the girl that really backed up the main girl of this short story, she gets dragged away. And so the two other girls run away somehow. I think they got free of their chains a little bit.
So they run towards where, because the other girl gets like dragged into like the darkness, but so they run towards the direction that the chains are locked, so that they can try to unlock their chains.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this monster-like thing shows up.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of the dude from the Goonies. What was his name? Hey, you guys! That guy. Yeah. Like
Chunk?
if the
No, Chunk was the fat kid, right?
Yeah. Oh, the truffle shuffle guy.
Yeah.
No, but in my mind I was like, oh, that's what would have happened if they never met those kids. But he ends up just chopping the one girl to bits.
Yeah.
And so the main girl, she's trying to escape. She runs into like a homeless guy who has pushing a cart in this tunnel, and she's like, "You gotta help me!" But then he looks and she looks into the basket and sees a hand move.
Right, and he realizes that that's the next girl to get chained up.
Yeah, and then looks back at him, and his face is all warped.
Right.
And then she gets knocked out, I believe.
Yep. And then we kind of go into like a Rosemary's Baby kind of scene.
Yeah. And then like a Wishmaster looking type of devil is assaulting her.
Yes.
And
after they have cut the baby out of one of the pregnant women.
Yeah.
Or out of one of the other girls who was pregnant.
which was pretty disturbing to watch.
Yeah.
And then I think that portion of the movie just ends. Right?
So it ends because the babysitter's like, oh crap, that is too much for you children to watch. So she stops it so you don't see what happens next, or if there is a next.
Yeah, because we see this Wishmaster looking devil guy, and he's like, "Vape is life," before he sexually assaults this guy. Where was the smoke coming from?
Right. That's a special effect that's much easier to do now than it was
in 2012.
In 2012.
But yeah, the babysitter cuts it off and is like, "Nope, you guys, it's time to go to sleep. Go upstairs and get ready for bed." Of course, Tommy is more adamant about staying up and watching the rest of the movies.
Come on, I want to watch the rest.
Like I said, like you said, one open hand is okay. Get them acting right.
Yeah.
But they do end up, they get ready. Of course, Tommy spits in his sister's hair because they're sharing a sink.
She's trying to wash her witch makeup off, and he's trying to brush his teeth. So he's like, "Move," and she's like, "No." And he's like, "Bleh."
But they eventually get to bed. There's something bothering the girl more than Tommy. Tommy sort of just gets into bed and falls asleep.
Yeah.
But it looks like the girl is looking at something.
Right. She keeps looking at there's like the closet doors open just like quarter of an inch.
Yeah.
And she keeps thinking she hears stuff in the closet.
Yeah. And so after that, the babysitter does go back down because she knows that the kids are settled in.
Yep.
They're about to go to sleep. And she watches the next story, which I will call Alien Painting. I don't know. Home Alone with Aliens.
Yes.
Which it is probably one of the weakest short horror type of stories I've ever seen.
It starts off with pretty good suspense, and the girl has like a realistic amount of fear. Like I always think that like last time you watch a movie and you're like, how is that person like having rational thoughts when those things just happened in the house? How are they not like losing their mind? And this one, like, she's like realistically like pure panic attack.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but like the premise of the whole thing and the costume design of the alien, it pretty much, he looked like a broke generic value version of Black Manta.
It wasn't horrible, but they ended up showing him too much.
Yeah.
Like if they just had him in the shadows and then like little flashes of him through the window and stuff, I think it would have
like less is more.
Less, yeah.
Yeah.
They ended up, once they showed it enough, you were like, costume's a little cheesy.
Yeah. And then like, yeah, there's a portion of it where he has her trapped in the bathroom, and then a tentacle is coming out of his palm, which is hilarious because the tentacle kept slapping her in the face. But then she gets the upper hand by pretty much doing the Batman method with taking out one of his hoses.
Yep.
And he starts to choke. I would have just taken his backpack.
Yeah, that would have.
But I guess like in her mind, she's just trying to create as much distance between them. But leave the house.
Yeah.
Run out of the house. Go to a neighbor's house. Something. I actually like. I just watched it today, and I don't even remember how it ended for that one.
So that was another one of those ones where, the woman is in like the little Harry Potter room cubby under the stairs.
Yeah.
And then the alien grabs the door and is like shaking the door to try to bust in, and the phone rings or something.
Yeah, like the doorbell.
And so she stops the movie.
Uh-huh.
And so then you don't see, it's another one where like that's where it ends. So you don't see what happens next.
See, and so I kept thinking that a lot of the stories that they had put in here were like, I don't know how to finish this. So for the movie, let's just cut it off, like something.
Right.
Yeah, something distracts her from the movie. But then when she plays it again, it just starts on a whole new story.
That's true. Yeah, she never goes back and finishes.
But when that was,
I was gonna say, but weirdly, I always felt like that. I was like, no matter how scary this movie is, I have to watch it to the end because at the end, they'll kill the bad guy or something. Yeah, it's not till more recently where like the bad guy just all of a sudden just disappears or, Yeah, exactly. It used to like, oh my God, the killer tomatoes are killing us, and then everybody runs out and stomps on them all, and they're like, okay, now all the tomatoes are squashed. They are no longer a threat to me because they all got squashed, so now I can go to bed.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a very weird transition where, like, when the first slasher movies came out, even though the bad guy would die at the end, all of a sudden he comes back for a jump scare or something, but just to open up the windows for a sequel.
Yeah.
And then we went through this weird 90s phase where it was sort of like that, but then sometimes it would just end it there.
Yeah, and you never knew. Like, you'd watch it through the credits being like, when's he gonna come back? And then you're almost disappointed when he doesn't.
Yeah. And then now we're back to where the bad guy is still alive at the end.
Yes.
Which I kind of like better. Even if it doesn't lead to a direct sequel. But yeah, no, so after she shuts off the alien house invasion short, she goes upstairs because she thinks she sees Tommy looking.
Right. Around the corner at her.
And before that, like, the sister goes to Tommy's room. She's like, hey, can I sleep in here because I'm scared.
And he's like, what, are you scared of clowns? And she's like,
I thought it was cool.
No, I'm not. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, you could sleep in here.
But she goes upstairs and she's like, hey, stop. You don't have to pretend. I know you were looking at me or looking downstairs, not sleeping. And Tommy's like, no, I've been upstairs this whole time. And Tommy is like, I would be able to go to sleep if you stop checking on us.
Yeah. I can hear you keep opening the door.
Yeah, which should already send like alarms.
Right.
But she goes back downstairs to watch the movie again. She's like, she keeps eyeing the movie.
Right. Isn't it like at this point, like, she's scared, but then her friend calls and's all like, hey, when you get out of the kids, babysitting the kids, you should come on down and have a drink with us down at the bar. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, I will think about the bar instead of about scary things. And I could just watch this last movie so I can to waste some time.
Exactly. And so she ends up watching the last segment, which is probably going to be the most like basic horror movie segment.
Yeah.
Where a girl's driving down and she gets lost, so she goes to get gas. And this is where we get the hilarious line of, you can't pee all over the floors and smear your poop all over the walls. Now get out of here, you stupid clown.
Yeah.
And this is going to be Art's biggest segment, where he's the main antagonist.
Definitely.
And so the gas station attendant is helping the girl gas up. And he hears a noise back in the gas station.
Right, and he knows he's the only one at the gas station.
Yeah.
And he just kicked the what seems to be like a homeless man wearing a clown costume who just crapped all over the bathroom.
It's so gross.
He's like, I don't own this gas station, so I'm not cleaning up somebody else's crap.
Well, he's like, I don't get fired. I don't care if I get fired. Yeah, exactly. I'm not cleaning nobody's poop. But he goes to check in the noise, which you never do. Don't check the noises. But when she goes to see what happened to him,
right? Because now it's done pumping and she has to pay still. She's a good person. She's not just gonna be like, I'm gonna take off.
I would. It's like free gas. But when she goes to check, she also needed directions as well.
Oh right, yes.
And so when she goes into the station to check, the gas station attendant is being hacked up by Art the Clown.
Yeah.
And at this point, Art the Clown now has his eyes set on her.
Yeah.
Which is never where you want to be.
Nope.
But she books it out of there, and she's calling on the phone saying, I think she's calling 911.
Right, yeah. I just saw a murder. Yeah. Old gas station on Route 99 or 92 or whatever she said.
Yeah. But all of a sudden, Art the Clown is on the side of the road asking for a ride to the circus.
Yeah.
And so she goes through a very traumatic night where she thinks she escapes Art the Clown in this farmhouse. But all of a sudden, Art the Clown digs his way under. And as she's trying to escape, I'm pretty sure, as she's trying to escape, Art maybe somehow blocks the door for a little bit.
Right, so he must have locked it from the outside.
Yeah. But then it doesn't explain how she got out. But Art the Clown starts whipping her with this weird...
Oh, it does explain it. Oh, you're right. It doesn't really explain how she got out. But yes, he starts whipping her.
With like this weird... like assortment of sharp objects
on chains. Yeah. It looks like the makeshift super weapon that Machete makes in the hospital with all the surgical tools on the end of a...
Yeah, but she does get the upper hand on Art because I think a scalpel falls from this whip.
Yeah.
And so she stabs him in the eye and then grabs a butcher knife and stabs him in the back. See, if you have the upper hand, you chop off the head. I've been watching a lot of Supernatural, and I realized that chopping off the head solves a lot of problems.
Right, yeah. I've been Sergeant DiMaggio, Mr. Williams, can you please explain why after you stabbed the clown and it died, you then tied it up and beat it continuously with a baseball bat?
And then chopped off its head. He's like, man, you gotta make sure, man. You don't know these things. And then you encase the head in cement and then buried it 20 feet deep into the earth.
Right.
And then encase that with cement. I'm just saying that's how they buried H.H. Holmes. I think it's his casket is surrounded by 6 feet of concrete. That's the only way you can really kill something. But no. So after she escapes the farmhouse after stabbing Art the Clown, she makes it onto the road, and some nerdy looking kid stops and is like, "Oh my god, what's wrong? Can I help you?" Which I don't know. For me, it's like if I see a chick on the side of the road bleeding, I'm like, I should probably keep driving.
Right?
It just
she
depends.
Was cute.
It just depends
bleeding,
where you're
but
at. Yeah. It depends where you're at. If you're on Route 66 in the middle of nowhere and there's a girl just bleeding, I was like, you know what? There's probably some people after her, and I don't want to be a part of it.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll call the police for you.
Yeah.
And I will let them know where you're at.
I don't know. You guys sometimes you gotta look out for number one. But yeah, though he does the right thing and helps her. And at first he's like, "Is this a joke? Is this a Halloween prank?" But she's freaking out enough to where no, it is not a prank.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But all of a sudden, her car is beaming right behind them, and Art the Clown drives up next to him, and all of a sudden has a gun and shoots the kid in the head, which causes them to crash. And
it's weirdly surprising. Everything he does is just creepy and pokey, and then all of a sudden, he's got a gun, and it threw me off.
It does, because you're like, where do you get the gun? I thought he's all stabby.
Yeah.
But after they get into the car crash, the costume designer girl, she wakes up, presumably naked because she's on this medical table.
Yeah.
And you can see that she doesn't have any clothes on. But then we get probably the most horrific scene of the entire movie. The second to the end. But she is amputated. I think it's called mastication or whatever. When the boobs are gone.
Yep.
And there's, for some reason, every degrading word you can call a woman etched onto her body,
carved into her skin. Yeah.
And then the movie just ends there. Obviously, at this point, the babysitter's freaked out. She very weirded out by what she just saw, and she tries to turn off the movie. But all of a sudden, the movie starts to turn back on, and this is where we see Art the Clown in some sort of basement.
Yeah,
and he pops up behind the pole, but there's no way he could have popped up from that pole because you could see the other side of the pole and his body isn't there.
Yeah,
and so this is where you think he has some sort of dimensional, or maybe he's a ghost, maybe he is from the Dark Tower series. When I have to keep saying it so I could put it in the tags, Dark Tower, Stephen King.
Yes, yep.
But he presses himself against the TV and then looks up at the girl, and all of a sudden it's the girl on the tape and Art the Clown is behind her, and before he could attack her, she rips out the VHS tape, smashes it onto the ground. Presumably, or as for her, hopefully that was going to end all the freaky stuff that's happening.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she hears the kids yell at upstairs. She runs upstairs and see Art the Clown outside of the bedroom door.
Very bloody.
Very bloody. And then when she opens the door, the two kids' heads are just on the bed. That's it.
Yeah.
And then the movie just ends just like the rest of the shorts in the movie. Kobe, what did you think about this movie after you watched it?
There was some creepy parts. There was some gory parts. I had never seen this before. I did see Terrifier, so I kind of knew that Art the Clown was a little gruesome in his murders.
Yeah.
So I was at least saved by that
shocking
shock.
Yeah.
I mean, it was certainly still more than I expected, especially this being like his first movie and like it being like mini movies.
Mm-hmm.
I still was expecting it to be more suspenseful than gore filled.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was gore. It was filled to the brim with gore.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because even the first movie with the baby thing was a little.
That was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you liked about the movie overall?
Like it really, like I said, like when she meets Art the first time in that train station, they did a fantastic job of Art really doing nothing and coming across horrifically terrifying.
Right, like
I'm like, and I am not scared of clowns, but that clown was that
you're
was
shitting bricks.
Yeah,
Like.
I would have been very, very uncomfortable in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, for me, living in New York for a while, if I had seen that waiting at the subway station, I would be like, you know what, I could wait for the next train.
I only live 11 blocks from here. I could walk.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So it's weird. In New York, 11 blocks is nothing at all. But if you're like, you know what, 40 blocks is a nice stroll around the city.
I haven't gotten my steps in today.
I'm so close to 10,000. Might as well finish it out strong. Yeah. Yeah. I think the best part about the movies is when Art the Clown is in it, he really is voiceless.
Right.
Which
he
really
giggles a little.
But it's more like breathing versus like the actual like he or something. And it's the excitement that he has where he's like clapping his hands.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's pretty scary.
And you know, the teeth really bother me. The black gums and the black gunk on its teeth. It's overall, it's bad. I don't know what's more scary is when he has his serious face on or when he has his happy face on.
I think happy is scarier.
Is it because you feel like, all right, maybe I can still get away? Versus when he has the murder face on, is like, yeah, I'm not going to have a running start.
Well, and I almost feel the opposite. Like, murder face is like, he is planning to get me now, so I should run.
Yeah.
But the happy like childlike giggly face, I'm like I'm already dead. He is already happy because he knows he has already caught and killed me.
And because that's the face.
It's just a matter of time.
That's the face he had in the last segment, the lost driver, right?
Yeah.
Where after he chopped her up, he was giggling and everything. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I think this is why you just gotta carry holy water around and a blade with Enochian etched onto it. If you guys don't know what Enochian is, it's the language of the angels. You guys would know that if you're Supernatural fans. What's up?
Yep.
I mean, I think the really good parts about this thing too was Damien Leone, the writer director of this thing, was also in charge of special effects.
Yes.
And so this movie was purely practical effects for the most part. I mean, like, you know, the part where he's like showing himself, but the other part is that's minor computer graphics or what, green screened out. But like the mutilated bodies, the hacking of the bodies, all that stuff was all, I think, greatly done. Is this reminiscent of any like of the horror movies that you used to watch as a kid?
I liked movies where they had like small segments that had like a loose tie together. Mm-hmm. But I did not watch a lot of hack and slash movies. My mom was pretty like sci-fi horror, what, like ghosts and stuff were like, that's one thing, but like growing up with my parents, there was never like murder, like kind of movies. That kind of horror movie was.
So like the movie is like
well, I like saw like Halloween because my mom was like, that's a Halloween movie, let's put it on for the kids, and then we're gonna go in the other room and drink some wine, you know.
But like movies like The Hills Have Eyes or Texas Chainsaw Massacre was not.
That was all stuff I saw
in the theater
in my 20s. Like in my 20s, I was like, Blockbuster was close by, and I was like, oh, now I'm gonna get into horror movies because I never really watched any. And so it was kind of like catch up. And by then they were already like
outdated,
15 years old, and so it was like the special effects were not what they were.
Like that's catch up.
Right.
That's obviously a fake plastic leg getting chopped off. Yeah, but like, so if this had come out back then, would this definitely would be a grindhouse type of movie, right?
Definitely.
Oh, and can you explain what the grindhouse genre is?
It was kind of the movies that were lower budget, and a little less like movie rating dictated over, and they were kind of more made for like drive-ins where where they were like, you know, you'd go and see a double feature, and they were like really kind of more like, you know,
the shock factor. Because then this would go hand in hand with those exploitation movies, right?
Yeah.
Like Cannibal Holocaust.
Right.
And was not Suburbia. It just had that remake with the 50 Shades of Grey chick. But like I guess I don't know where I was. But it would be a part of that whole exploitation double feature, right? It would be an exploitation movie and then this grindhouse movie.
Yep. Yeah, and that definitely, it would be like a Hills Have Eyes kind of thing would be in here.
Yeah, this is one of those. Would you say that the grindhouse and exploitation movies were like those movies where guys would take dates to scare girls?
Oh, yep, exactly. Yeah, you're gonna need to hide your eyes right here in my chest.
It's so strong and burly, isn't it?
I'm a man and I will protect you.
Or it's like girls that didn't want to watch the movie, so like, you know what, let's just make out, whatever.
Right. Yep.
Oh man, I think this movie is fun if you're into this kind of, if you're into horror films.
Yeah.
It's sort of just like it's goofy. Well, not goofy in a very morbid sense.
Right. Yes. It's not goofy like
Haha.
like Toxic Avenger. That's like goofy.
Or Ernest Goes to the Cemetery or whatever. One of those Ernest films. And I'm telling you right now, Colby, we will never have an Ernest month. I hated that.
Man.
But it's just, if you're into horror films, you're definitely put this on your watch list, because this is the birth of Art the Clown. I don't know if he's gonna get any bigger.
So actually, kind of like reading it up on this. So there is a short called Terrifier that has Art the Clown in, that came out a number of years before this, which was the very first creation of this director, write and direct, and he did it as a short film, and he used it as like, this is the kind of film I want to make. So he used that movie to get the money to entice the investors into making this movie. And then this movie did well enough that he was like, well, I'll parlay this movie to get investors to make Terrifier into a full-length movie. And so actually, the way it read, it sounded like that the Terrifier part, the movie part where it's the girl in the car and then Art the Clown, that is actually the original short movie just put into this.
Oh, okay. See, so that makes sense. I thought that short was going to tie into the Terrifier. Like, remember the first girl that he had in the beginning of Terrifier? She had like a messed up face. I thought that was going to be her, but it wasn't.
Right.
It was this girl with bad stuff.
The girl, the babysitter, is in Terrifier, the full-length movie.
Oh,
I'm not sure how that fits.
Oh wait, maybe she's the girl who got mutilated, right?
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
Know. That could just be us reaching.
And then the first movie, the first of the little movies where you first meet Art in the train station, and then the devil rapes a girl. That one's called The Ninth Circle, and that was written before. I don't think that was filmed before, but I think that was written before, and he was using that as a story idea to make a full length movie. But then it got made into the short in this movie.
Yeah, I don't think I'd watch that as a full length.
Right, it was, yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. There's some things that I just don't enjoy, and it's like sexual assault is not like an enjoyable topic to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, for some movies, it's essential to like why everything is happening. Like I Spit on Your Grave. And,
but even that it's still difficult. I've seen those kind of movies, and it's always.
I know, what was the most recent one?
You really want the girl to come back to life and kill those guys because of.
Yeah, like, because the most recent one was that one movie where the girl gets thrown off a cliff after she gets assaulted.
Oh, yes.
Was it like the Revenge?
Yeah.
And she totally becomes like this badass Rambo type of girl and kills them. But then to get to that point was hard to watch. But yeah, definitely, if Damien, if you're listening to this podcast somehow, do not make that the Ninth Circle movie. And first of all, the Ninth Circle is just Lucifer frozen into the ground with Judas, the guy who betrayed Caesar, and him chewing their heads. If we're going off Dante's Inferno, that's exactly what the Ninth Circle is.
Okay, yeah.
Not Lucifer sexually assaulting women and making Damiens.
Right.
Boom. Turn that. Use your name and lore.
And then I guess the second one with the alien, that was intentionally no art in it. Well, they show art in a picture, in a painting, yeah.
Yeah. Well, because then she says that her husband blacked out when he made the painting. So maybe art had possessed him to make the painting.
Yeah.
And even just having his image in the home is like bad.
Because that's a scary painting. I would not have that painting of a clown in my house.
Oh, yeah. If I was her, I would have just burned it. Like,
Right.
why do we still have this in the house?
Yeah. But I could see that. I mean, there is a group of people who are way into horror and way into scary things that I definitely see that hanging in somebody's house. So I could see that being his big money painting, but especially because most of his other paintings really sucked.
Well, they were pretty. They were motel art. That's what they were.
Cheap motel. But I guess
like bring your own sleeping bag.
Yeah. But I guess that they kind of intentionally left art out of that one to kind of like amplify him in the other ones. They didn't want to overdo him.
Yeah, but I think for me, even having him simply in the shadows in the corner, would have done it for me. Don't even focus on him. Just do a pan, and he's just in the corner of her eye.
Right.
And then you could have just not had him. But yeah, I think the second one was the most boring one for me. I just honestly like the Power Ranger looking villain.
Like I said, and it started off strong, and like the actress in that showed terror extremely well. Like you felt her anxiety.
Oh yeah, I mean she sold it.
But then the alien wasn't great design, and they didn't when it first came out, and it's kind of doing like the little octopus walk and stuff. It was a little creepy, but then you watch it walk around the house, and it's like, it's just a dude in a power. It's a putty.
Yeah. Yeah, you know which movie did aliens for me pretty well was the movie Extraterrestrial. It was on Netflix. Do you remember that movie where they go to the cabin in the woods?
Yeah.
I thought that one did alien abduction really good, because even at the end they had the probing joke.
Yep.
So yeah, I wish for this one they used more suspense versus like a drive-in monster type of feel to it.
Right. But it did. It kind of it lightened it up. Where if you would have had 3 hardcore hack 'em up kind of stories in a row, it would have been
too much.
Yeah.
But for this one, it would have been nice where they used the alien abduction as more of a suspenseful factor.
Yeah.
And creepy, and just suspense and creepiness versus like a hack 'em and slash 'em.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did save the worst one for last. Not the worst as far as like story, but the worst as far as gore.
Right.
For last. I mean, it was really hard to see the stitching on the amputated parts.
That was pretty realistic looking.
And she was like wiggling, and I was like,
oh right, and she was naked, but it was like enough mutilation that there was like nothing there was
to save.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the imagery or the metaphor behind it was supposed to be, because it made it seem like art just hated women. Which, I mean, from the Terrifier, it seems like it's true, because remember he cut that one girl who was butt naked from vagina to head.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's supposed to be some sort of meaning to it, but it was definitely like kind of overkill. And then the words that were etched onto her, I was like, what is this supposed to be? Like, but hey, we are getting close to our hour.
Yep.
For the show. And so if you guys haven't been here before, we do our ratings in 4 different ways. We have stream it, DVD it, Blu-ray it, and I guess this could have an Ultimate Box collection now.
It could.
Because there is a Hallows Eve, Hallows Eve 2, and Terrifier.
There's a Hallows Eve 3 also.
What? There's a third?
There's a third one.
But is Art the Clown in the sequels?
I don't know if he's in the sequels.
Yeah.
I didn't see any. When I was kind of reading on Art the Clown, I didn't see anything, so probably not. And I don't think they're the same director. I think it just did well enough that the movie studio was like, hey, let's make some more little anthologies.
Yeah. So Kobe, where are you at with this one?
It was good. I would definitely like add this to my Halloween playlist. As opposed to lots of times I'm like, this would be a great movie to throw in the background where you're having like some people over and they can just, half watch it. This is like, you got to select your audience, because of the gore and the devil rape and, that
Trigger warnings.
Trigger warnings. Yeah. If you got those like the little short movies like Stood Alone and like could see them, maybe like that kind of extra would be enough to do a Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it being digitally remastered and then like coming out cleaner or anything, because especially since a lot of the movies that are on the VHS are like intentionally grainy.
Yeah. So that like remastering it would just amplify it.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting. Maybe you do like an ultimate box set if you get a couple other art things in there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's worth that. I would definitely do this on DVD. I'm not sold on if it's worth
Blu-ray
going higher than that.
Yeah. I think for me, as far as this movie goes, I would probably just go and say stream it. I just don't think it's strong enough for an anthology, because I love anthologies too. Like getting a whole bunch of mini stories into like one movie and then somehow tying them sort of in the end.
Right.
Because like one of my favorite movies is favorite Halloween movies is Trick or Treat, and that's a huge anthology movie.
Yeah.
But better done.
Yes.
But Terrifier, I would get Blu-ray because I think it's a fun gore grindhouse type of film. But this one for me, sorry to say, I think it's still fun to watch if you're really into horror films like me. I have a Shudder account. And this wasn't on Shudder. This was on Tubi, guys.
Right? I know. Tubi is just amazing.
Yeah. Right now it has the whole Hunger Games like on there. But yeah, I would say if you're into like this type of movies, definitely it's worth a watch to stream it. It's free, so it doesn't hurt you. You watch it with your friends to just see how ridiculous and see which one of your friends has a very low threshold for gory imagery. Because I'm pretty sure if I showed this to the right people, someone will throw up.
Well, yeah.
But you gotta wait after they eat like some lasagna or something.
Oh, right. Let's have some
or Chicago deep dish pizza,
spaghetti, something with a lot of sauce.
Oh, go. Well, so yeah, that's gonna be it for today's show. If you guys check out our show notes, our email and our Twitter is down below. If you guys have anything you want to recommend to us, do a recommended month. We're always down for that. Please like and subscribe to us.
Yep. Share. Tell your friends. Yeah. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you love and what you hate, and that we're the best or we're the worst or whatever. Just
anything.
Yeah.
Practically. Well, that's going to be today's show. I'm Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does our theme music, is Lee Rosevere. Her Bandcamp is down below. It is called Arcade Montage, and it's on the Music for Podcast 3.
Thank you.